How to get rich in 6 simple steps. In life, there are multiple ways of getting what you want. Getting rich is no exception. In this video, we're going to take an in-depth look at how you figure out what your first steps need to be and how to set the foundation for a lifetime of growing your wealth and getting rich. There's nothing worse than hearing something that makes sense to you, but you don't know where to start. That's why we're here to help you today. We thought we'd break getting rich down to 6 simple steps for you in this beginner's guide to wealth. Now, trust me, we know how cheesy it sounds to say, follow these 6 simple things and you'll be rich. The truth is, it's not that easy to get rich. It takes hard work, dedication, and determination. Above all, it takes consistency, and it's not for the faint of heart. What we're about in this channel is helping to diffuse some of the confusion around wealth and give you the proper perspective as well as clear steps that can change your life. In order to get wealthy, you need to immerse yourself in knowledge, learning, and doing. If you watch our videos and take time to learn about the rich life from all different angles that we can possibly present it to you from, eventually, a year or 5 years down the road, when you're in a much better position with your money than you are today, you'll be able to look back and see exactly what you learned from this concept and how you were able to implement the steps in your own path to wealth. So stay tuned and watch until the end. Welcome back to Lifestyle Billionaire Club, where future millionaires and the new rich come for inspiration, education on how to reach their goals, build their wealth, and learn to keep it. This channel isn't for the lazy, so if you aren't here to get inspired, you may as well leave now. But if you're a connoisseur for the good life, welcome. You found your home. And before we get into today's video, if you're dedicated to hitting your next level and continuing to learn and grow, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications. And if you get value out of today's video, share it with friends because remember, getting rich is more fun together. So let's get into it, shall we? The framework to making and growing your wealth is basically the same throughout. 1. Make more than you spend. 2. Save. 3. Pay off your debt. 4. Invest and learn money management. And 5. Repeat the process, increasing your earnings. The differences come in how you create each foundational block. And for you to get rich more simply, you need to find your way of doing it. Today's video is less about what to do, although we cover that too, and more about how to do it by getting realistic about you, your needs, how you work, and what's already going on in your life. By doing this, getting rich is going to look a lot simpler. Isn't that what we all want? Number 1, what do you want? It's easy to answer, I want to be rich. But what exactly do you mean by rich? It's a subjective term, and our idea of rich could very well be different from yours. So, for our first point, we're going to find out what you want. To do this, we need to ask some questions. Questions like, what does it mean to be rich for you? Does it mean plenty of money in the bank? Does it mean assets? If so, how much cash in liquidity? How much in assets? Does it mean a higher regular income coming in? What kind of lifestyle do you want to have? What will change in your life if you become rich? Do you want to become rich in a certain area of expertise? Are you happy to take risks, or would you prefer safer options? What kind of work-life balance do you want? How much free time do you have? Ask yourself these questions so you can begin to create some tangible goals and start to formulate a plan to reach them. Only by asking yourself real, honest questions and by truly exploring what you want and what you're willing to work towards will you ever be able to even start your real journey to wealth. Measurable goals are vital so that you know if what you're doing is working and you know when you've reached them. Bear in mind that the answers to your questions will probably change over time as you move forward. It's normal for goals to change too, as you get a more realistic idea of what works for you and what doesn't. Your goals may also become bigger as you delve into the world of wealth and you begin to see what's possible. For now, though, let's focus on what you want in this moment. Ask yourself the questions and break them down further if you can. Get right into the nitty-gritty of it. Number 2, do a financial inventory. You have to start somewhere, right? So why not start where you are now? Do a financial inventory so that you can get a realistic view of where you are and what your next steps need to be. Regardless of your starting point, you need to have more money coming in than going out. This is one of the non-negotiable principles. So it's time to sit down, work out your income, outgoings, and debts. If you don't have enough money coming in the first place to pay off debts and/or save, then this is your first port of call. You need to be looking at increasing your income by asking for a pay raise, changing jobs, or finding a side hustle. Alongside this, check your spending to see if there are places where you're leaking money and plug those holes. You'll be looking at canceling unnecessary subscriptions, changing your energy supplier, and canceling gym memberships that you haven't used. You could also cut down on meals out, buy in bulk, and look for other ways to reduce your spending. I know, none of this sounds fun, but that's the point. It's not supposed to be fun. Until you get your own financial house in order, none of this is going to be exciting. So bear down, trim off the fat, get scrappy with your money until you've started moving the needle upwards instead of down. This is the beginning of your money management journey. It's taking stock of the situation rather than just dreaming about the outcome. You're taking control of your life, and the decisions that you make now will begin to alter its trajectory. Your financial inventory might show that you're not in a position to start investing yet, but you are in a position where you need to increase your income. It might show that you need to focus on debt management first, or even time management, or that your health needs more attention because you simply cannot work more because you have the time but not the energy. This inventory will show you where you need to strengthen your foundations. It will also show you at which level of wealth you're currently at. It's more likely that you will reach your goal of being rich if you have a firm grasp of reality, and that's what a financial inventory will do for you. You might not like what you find, so take a bit of time to process that, and then start dealing with it. Remember, you can only deal with what you know about, and that's the first step on your wealth journey. Everyone begins in a different place because everyone's circumstances are different. What's important, though, is that you begin, and you keep moving forward. Dealing with debt, finding a better paid job, retaining or improving your health are all steps going forward that move you out of your current situation and toward your goal. Number 3, finding your way. There's no one-size-fits-all blueprint to getting rich. There are a few basic principles, but how you get there is down to you. You have your own unique set of skills, talents, strengths, weaknesses, and your own way of seeing the world. You might have noticed that it's far easier to work with the easy, straightforward, and positive aspects of your personality and preferences than it is to work against the tide. You're also likely to find that your earning power will change in time as you progress too. We all have different starting points. If you're 25, single, with a great job, and share an apartment with friends, you're in a very different position than a single parent who works around their children. You'll need to adapt your expectations to your life, your responsibilities, and recognize that things will change over time. Many people choose to build their wealth through starting their own business. If this is you, then starting something you're interested in and enjoy is important. It's going to flow much easier. Of course, you need to listen to your market. So choose something that you're willing to let change and grow, or find a different market. It's not just business owners and entrepreneurs who get rich. People can become millionaires through regular jobs too. What you need is income to invest. When you know yourself, you'll find it much easier to work out a plan that works alongside you and your needs and preferences. Number 4, uncover your wealth mindset. We all have it. It's that part of you that knows you're worthy of wealth in all its forms. What stops your wealth mindset from shining through is basically your conditioning. This is the thoughts and ideas that you've inherited from your parents, peers, media, and everything else around you. So, if you have any money is the root of all evil kind of thinking, that's certainly not a firm truth. It's something you've picked up and believed along the way, maybe even misconstrued and misinterpreted in your mind. If you find that your mindset is working against you, that's something you need to become aware of and work on. Do you have any limiting beliefs around money that you've overcome or that you're working through right now? Leave us a comment in the comments section and let us know what that is specifically. Having a wealth mindset also means adopting habits that support you. These include spending wisely, not getting caught up with keeping up the Joneses, buying yourself status symbols, putting on a charade, or getting yourself into debt because you want to splash out on a luxury vacation. It also means that you look after yourself. Your health is important. You'll need to learn how to manage your money. Winging it is not an option here. Part of having wealth mindset is also realizing that rich people come from any and every possible background. As we said previously, we all have different starting points, and our circumstances and financial situations change over time. In short, having a wealth mindset will set you up for getting rich. There is no right way of moving forward. There is only your way. Number 5, think long-term rather than get rich quick. Growing rich is a long-term project that can happen sooner than you think because sometimes life is unpredictable. Generally, unless you've won the lottery or inherited a decent amount of money or property, there are no shortcuts to getting rich. If you're starting to look at your own business and growing it, you've probably heard about people whose businesses suddenly take off. What you don't hear about is how long they've been slogging away for, how many different ideas and strategies they've tried, or how close they've come to giving up. Success stories are great, but the behind-the-scenes stuff is better. Of course, there may be times when you hit gold and wealth comes to you like a bullet. Anything is possible when an idea takes off. This is the unpredictable nature of life. Being unpredictable gives a little spark of magic, a touch of the unknown. As we have no idea if or when this may happen, it's best to simply start where you are now and free your mind up from trying to think of getting rich or get rich schemes. Long-term growth is more possible. The principle of compound interest is quite incredible, but you're not going to see the big payouts until years later. That's just how numbers work. And if you suddenly hit big, then enjoy it. Number 6, work out your priorities. You can put the hours in, build up your wealth, postpone having a family, and all of that in order to become rich. However, being rich just isn't about money. It's about the experience of life, and it's possible to get financially rich without sacrificing all the good stuff for it. Beware that you don't set a goal to get rich, but miss out on the purpose of life along the way. What do you think? Are sacrifices you're currently making to get rich going to be worth it in the long run? Let us know in the comments section what you're wrestling with, delaying, postponing, because you're running after the rich life. If you already have a family, then they are going to be one of your priorities. So your plans will need to factor this in. Take a good look at all of your responsibilities and get an idea of where your time, energy, and money are already going. Over time, your priorities will change, so don't lose heart if it looks like your progress won't go at a pace that you want. Plan in advance what you can. Stay consistent, reevaluate your timeline and your goals. Most people overestimate what they can do in a year, but underestimate what they can do in a decade. This is your life you are living, and your quality of life is vitally important. There will be a sweet spot where you can live well enough without sacrificing your future wealth and your present happiness. It's up to you to find it. Remember, burning out is no fun at all, and you'll need a balance in life to prevent that. So, to make sure you start at the right point for you, go through these points again, write down your answers, and see for yourself what your next steps need to be and a rough plan drawn up. In short, these are things that you need to figure out before you start. 1. Get to the nitty-gritty of what you actually want so that you can set tangible goals. 2. Do a financial inventory so that you know where your starting point is. 3. Discover your way of doing things through working out your strengths and skills and preferences. 4. Uncover your wealth mindset by recognizing unhelpful beliefs and adopting healthy financial habits. 5. Think long-term rather than get rich quick so that you can get started now. 6. Work out your priorities so that you can avoid burnout and enjoy the journey. Once you have the answers, or at least some of the answers to these, you're good to go. It's a good idea to take stock of where you are on your journey to wealth on a regular basis. It will help you to make adjustments if you need to and see that you're closer to your goals. There are so many different ways of getting rich, and the easiest way to do it is to find out what works for you. Let us know in the comments if this has been helpful to you, and if you have any other tips, feel free to share them here too. We'll see you at the next one, and keep helping you build on your path to wealth. Thanks for watching, and check out the next video. As always, remember to subscribe and turn on post notifications.